Hare Rama Krishna, Hare Rama Krishna, Hare Rama Krishna. Good morning, friends. Today we will be discussing about our next Karna, which is Balava Karana. So Balava Karana is basically the Karna which is ruled by moon. The Devata is Brahma. And before we delve into it, let's get a brief introduction to what Karan is. So Karan is basically half the part of Tithi. Okay. What is a Tithi? Tithi is basically the angle between moon and sun every 12 degrees form one Tithi. So total 360 angles, so there are 30 Tithis. And each 12 degree is again divided into two halves. One is the 6 degree, another 6 degree. They both are basically two different Karanas. There are total 11 types of Karana, out of which 4 are fixed and 7 are movable. All the fixed Karanas, they are very Ashubh, they are inauspicious. All the movable Karanas are generally good except one, which is Vishti Karana. So basically Vishti Karana plus all the fixed Karanas, they are Ashubh, and all the movable Karanas apart from Vishti, they are Shubh. Now, with the Karna, what you can deduce? So, Karna basically is it represents the earth element. Okay. So, Karna is part of Panchanga, which is the five limbs of time, and these five limbs of time define the quality of the time. That at this particular moment, based on these five limbs, these Panchangas, Tithi, Var, Nakshatra, and Karana and Yoga, these five elements, what activities are suitable for this time? What is conducive to this time? What will result into more obstacles? What will result into less obstacles? How much money or resources you are able to generate out of this activity? All these things are governed by these five elements. And Karana, out of all these five, it represents the earth element, and it means the Karya Siddhi. By Karya Siddhi, I mean whether it will be successful or failure. That is determined by the Karana. So if the Karana is good, that means you will be successful. If it is bad, that means you will not be successful. So by studying Karana in your chart, or by studying Karana at the Muhurta time, at the time when your activity is going to be performed, you can very much increase the chances of your success. Okay. Now, by studying this, what all questions you can expect to be answered? First is, which type of activity will be successful? So depending on the karana, you can decide on which kind of activity you should do to become successful. What is your working style? So when you apply this in your Janma Kundali, what is your what is the style of your working, or what style of working will bring about success to you? Okay, that doesn't mean this is the style in which you work, but this also means that this type of style, if you adopt, you will become more successful. Or this type of activity, business or profession, if you do, you will become more successful, because we all are born in this earth to fulfill certain uh, purpose in life. To achieve that purpose, we need some skills, and at what point of time you will get those skills, at what point of time you'll get the knowledge about those skills. Remember, it is not the activity that you are performing, no, the knowledge which is required to perform that activity, that at what point of time we will achieve, that also we can study using karna. What are the good omens of success? Okay, based on the symbols which are associated with the articles which are associated, we can determine what omens will be good uh, to basically achieve success somewhere. Okay, and lastly, what change in the personality you can expect based on the person being born in a particular karna. Okay, so let's deep dive into it. So the karna is Balava Karana. Okay, It is ruled by moon, and the devata is Brahma. So to study what kind of impact or personality it will bring to a person, we have to study who is the devata of this Karana. Okay, because very much the quality of the devata will be there in the person. It will So quality of the devata of the Karana is there in the person's working style and in his personality also. So what are the qualities of Brahmadeva? Okay, he is the creator and he is a saintly person. He is very charitable because he is not getting anything out of that creation. He is doing it for the world. Okay, so whatever he is doing, his activities basically for the world. That makes him very charitable. So this will be seen in the person with Balava Karana, that they will be charitable, they will be sacrificing their own needs for the others, and they will be honored by the king, they will be respected. So being the creator, Brahma is respected by everyone. He is respected by the Prajapati, Daksha, and everyone basically who uh, all the kings. Basically, it will bring very honorable and respected kind of person. So in his working style, you will see that they will they will basically uh, conduct in a fashion which will bring honor to them. They will be childlike and playful. So the task of creation, the work of creation is basically a childlike. Even if the creation is done by adult person, when he when he is actually in the childlike mode, then only he creates really something. Being adult, you are uh, you become basically uh, bounded by all the rules, all the boundaries, and your thought process is constrained by all sort of things that you have learned so far. That will not bring any kind of creativity. Creative will be there when you make yourself like a child, and child doesn't know any boundaries. So that childlike and playful activity will be there in these people's, even their working style also. And again, they will be with the modest. You have seen Brahma, so he is very modest, not very flashy clothes and something. He is very modest and saintly, always reciting Vedas, doing japa. So that modesty will be there in these people. They'll be extremely fortunate and bold. Uh, Childlike quality also comes from its lord being moon, and moon represents the childhood, basically childhood portion of the person's life. So that childlike quality comes from there also. It also makes the person very bold, and he will be very extremely fortunate, because even to be in the position to create, okay, one has to be very fortunate. So overall, you see all the boxes are green. So it's basically a very auspicious Karana to be born in. Now, what is the posture? So basically, every Karna has a posture. Like if the Devata is in the standing position or sitting position or sleeping position, in the standing position, the results will be full. It will be extremely auspicious. The extent, the quantity of the result will be highest. And then the sitting position will be moderate. And finally, the sleeping position, which is like negligible or minuscule. What is the offering? The offering that you can do is of payasam. So payasam is the dish that you are supposed to offer to Brahma. There is only one temple of Brahma in India, in the world, which is there in Pushkar. So if you happen to go there in Pushkar or visit or um, perform the offerings to Brahmadev at Pushkar, it will be good. If you are beginning any new activity, or if you want to be successful in life, then this is the place to visit. If you are born with Balava Karana, then you should visit with Pushkar and you should worship Brahmaji and offer him with payasam. Now, what are the other symbology, other grahas which are associated with Balava Karana? So, for Balava Karana, moon is the ruling planet, and moon being the ruling planet, what all activities are good during this time. So again, this we are talking in the context of muhurta. If Balava Karana is active at a particular time, then it is good to perform charities, donations, the work of teaching and learning, any kind of religious work, basically all the selfless activities, as we have seen with the example with the Devata Brahma, that he is very sacrificing and charitable. So is the uh, so is the activities which are performed during this time. And this also means that as long as the person is self-centric, he's thinking about himself, thinking about his gains, he will not be successful. He will not be successful if he thinks about himself. Once he becomes charitable, once he starts thinking about what he's giving to the world, from that perspective, if he starts thinking, then he'll become more successful. So in his style of working, this is the change that he's supposed to bring, which will basically bring out the success. Okay, the primary vahana is tiger, secondary vahana is horse. So this one way to utilize this information is to keep the picture, portrait, or sculpture of horse or tiger at the workplace. Another way is to, since it is the Vahana and Vahana of the Karana Devata, that means this is the way the result will be delivered. So, since horse is very fast, okay, so if you work fast on something, you will get the result. Okay, if you work slow, you will not get the result. And like a tiger, you keep waiting for the right opportunity, and then very fast you go there and grab that opportunity. That's how you get the success. So if you bring that quality of the Vahana in your working style, it will basically make sure that you are successful. Then what kind of weapons? Okay, so basically the melee weapons, the weapons which are which you keep close to your hand, and you have to fight with other person, and you cannot fight at a distance. You have to go very close to the person and then fight. So that kind of weapons, basically, which act like extension of your limbs, like if you put some dagger in your hand and go very close and then fight with that. So basically those kind of weapons are associated with Balava Karana. So again, what this would mean is that first of all you need to have the strength, and you need to have the skill of basically using that weapon. Okay, the skill should be in your hands. Okay, so basically the strength and dexterity of your hand is important. So these people will naturally have the strength and the dexterity of using their limbs um, in these professions. The age associated with Balavakarna is the Kumar Avastha. Okay, basically the teenager. uh, the cloth is yellow and red, and the ornament is silver. Now, with the symbology, what you can say, if you wear yellow and red, it is auspicious for you. You will achieve success if you wear these color clothes. Okay. Always keep silver with yourself. Like always put one or the other kind of thing which is of silver metal. Acts related to the teenagers. Okay. So in marketing, there is basically this kind of strategy which is used, that you have to identify that this is the segment to which your product is catering. This is the segment to which your video or your whatever you are offering to the world is catering. So if you offer something which is catering to the teenager people, then you will become successful. This is what it means. Okay, so basically Kumar Avastha, the teenagers, and the cloth and the ornament. So if you apply all these symbologies, you will basically unlock the key to the success. Even a vocation which is related to silver is also good. Then coming to the flower, so flower associated with Balav is jasmine. So offering jasmine or keeping jasmine at home or having jasmine tea also is good. Basically, it will enhance the karakatwas of the Balav Karana. And if you have to apply tilak, use kumkum. and the river associated with it is Yamuna. So visit Yamunotri temple, take bath in Yamuna. That will basically bring the auspiciousness of this Karana. When the time, since the Graha is moon, so when the time of moon comes in the person's life, he will basically achieve, he will acquire the skills, acquire the knowledge to fulfill the purpose of his life. Because when the graha associated with the karna, that time is running in the Vimshotri Dasha, at that point of time represents what you are going to achieve in this life. Okay, so even though at the time of, you may be acquiring that skill out of fun, out of nothing, okay, just like that. But when the time comes for which you are born, you will say, you'll be astonished. Okay, oh, this is for this purpose I got to know this, or this is for this purpose that I got this skill. So that will be very astonishing thing when you realize that. But whatever skill, whatever knowledge you acquire at the time of moon, it will be useful for your life, for which you are born. I think that's about it. Om Namo Narayana.